Ms. Stephan present?
What was that, Your Honor?
Okay, I see now.
I'm
Okay,
virtual, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Stephan, can you please come into the courtroom? Ms. Stephan, would you please make your appearance now?
Yes, Your Honor. Good evening. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Ms. Pugh, will you please make your appearance now?
Yes, Leslie Pugh appearing as a limited entry appearance for Ms. Andrea Deppen.
And Ms. Deppen, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Andrea Deppen, January 30th, 1990.
Ms. Deppen, you were here because the grand jury charged you with 3 counts of sexual abuse, class 5 felony. The dates of the alleged offenses are December 1st of 2023 through January 30th of 2024. You have already hired counsel to represent you. At this time, Ms. Stetson, do you want to be heard? Oh, I'm so sorry. You will have an arraignment hearing on January 28th at 8:30. Ms. Stetson, do you want to be heard on release conditions at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. The state does not have any information on the facts of the underlying case, Your Honor. This was a grand jury case. The grand jury did hear the facts of the case and felt that the case should go forward. A judicial officer did hear the matter and did sign off on the warrant, which was for the state believes $25,000. Additionally, Your Honor, it's the understanding of the state that when individuals come in on grand jury warrants that are over or warrants in general that are over $10,000, that the IAA courts typically don't go below that. But that's the state's understanding. So the state would just ask that Your Honor enforce the $25,000 warrant. Thank you.
Ms. Pugh?
Yes, Judge. So we are asking for a reduction in the bond. Ms. Steppen, she is from Colorado. Or, sorry. I did not mean Colorado. She's from Arizona. She owns a home here in Arizona. She has a husband and she has 2 children. She has a 13-year-old son, a 7-year-old daughter. Her daughter is autistic. When she did not know about this case, she was on vacation on a family cruise for the holidays. When they got back from the family cruise and docked in California, that is when she was contacted by Port Authority and told that there was this warrant. That was on December 26th. She was taken into custody at that time, and she's been sitting in California waiting to be extradited here to Arizona. She did not fight the extradition. She wanted to get here. She wanted to, take care of this case. She has been away from her family and her children this entire time. Her children are struggling without her mother. Without their mother. Additionally, she is one of the main financial supports for her family. She has always had a full-time job. She has no prior criminal history of any kind. Additionally, from my understanding, even though we have very limited information, it appears that the alleged victim in this case is possibly like a former coworker or vendor, is an adult. So because of that, we are asking for Ms. Steppen is not a flight risk. She is not a danger to the community. We are asking for a reduction in the bond. I would ask for maybe to drop it to $10,000 and to make it a secured bond. If the court does not feel that they can reduce the bond, we would at least ask to change it to a secured bond so that way she can get it posted and get back to her family. She will be appearing in court. Thank you.
So I don't have any information, and so I have to rely on the fact that the grand jury heard what they heard and charged with the following, and a judge signed off on this grand jury warrant, and the judge who heard the information believed it was appropriate to order a cash bond in the amount of $25,000. So with having no other information that would sway me in changing that, I am going to affirm that bond that is reflected in the warrant. Their release conditions are that if you are able to post bond, that you will be released to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. Because I don't know the facts or circumstances and who the parties are, I have the following release conditions that are typical for these types of charges. That you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim or victims, you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with those. And if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Ms. Pugh, a copy of the order will be emailed to you. That concludes everything that with this case. So, Ms. Stetson, if you would like to be excused, you may. Ms. Pugh, if you'd like to be excused, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you'll step to the left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Do we have a reason why Ms. Cox is not present?
She's disruptive, Your Honor.
Okay. Susan Cox, date of birth.